What's up, guys? Back again with another episode of Hell No Podcast. I'm Nas. That's Amir. I'm the father. He's the son. So, NFL football getting ready to kick off. But before we touch on that, Miss LeBron got a new bride.
Yeah, back we're to it a little after the craziness is blown over. We get to give our uh analysis. LeBron, Philly, he signs there. I don't want to say I told you so, but I did say it when we first talked about it that Philly was the sneaky, interesting one nobody was talking about.
Well,
Um,
kind of knew Philly was on the radar just because Rich Paul let you know Philly was on the radar.
I was before Rich Paul,
But
but
even then, the Knicks were on the radar,
yeah,
and
but
had
and
they
he's
not won,
living in New York and just commuting to Philly, which we already
yeah,
knew. He wanted to make his stake in LA, now he's gonna make it in New York. Um, but we're not worried about the out of basketball. As far as basketball goes, the Philly now has a starting five of Bron, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jalen Brown, and Joel Embiid. That's like an all-star team.
it is an all-star team.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, it's the reason a lot of people can't stand LeBron because he says he he's not worried about you know basketball situation. He wants to be happy and he wants to kind of golf while he's riding out into the sunset. Well, Philly's not known for golf. And Philly's definitely not known for you to be happy. I've been there. Philly's not a happy place. It's a shitty place. No pun for you guys. It's one of the worst cities I've ever been to as far as, visually. Okay, I get the historical aspect of it. I saw all that. Damn the Liberty Bell. I can care less if I ever see it again. Okay? The Philly cheesesteaks, phenomenal. Pizza, phenomenal. But Philly? Really? Like,
Philly. You Philly
uh,
Philly look, he went to the team that gives him the best chance to win.
he wasn't
Cut
ring
and
chasing.
simple. Well, he is ring chasing. He was just lying. He's LeBron. He lies.
Yeah, he's scumbag.
He's
Uh-huh.
notorious for lying. He lied. He lied to everybody,
Yep, yep,
and
yep.
he wants to get that last ring. So this is the team that gives him the best chance to do it. The logistics of it, I don't know. I read that they're gonna try and play LeBron at the one, and I guess Maxey at the two, VJ at the three, Jalen Brown at the four. We'll see what they actually end up doing. I don't foresee LeBron. First of all, LeBron's like the fourth option on this team. Um,
Who's the fifth?
Probably VJ.
BJ, and that sucks. That's the
Yeah,
problem I have.
that's stunting his growth a
Okay.
lot.
Yes, that's what I hate about that. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna work because
I
number one,
disagree.
uh, Embiid can't stay healthy.
Yes,
Okay.
true.
LeBron now can't stay healthy. Okay. So in three,
LeBron can stay
you
healthy enough.
no, not
Yes, he
look.
can stay healthy enough.
Saw him breaking down last year. This is another year, another beating. He's not going to be healthy. I guarantee he's not going to be healthy. They're going to start breaking down when it matters most. And number three, the most important aspect of it is um, DJ Edgecombe goes from potentially being the second, maybe third option, maybe second option when Embiid is not there,
Yep.
to now being the fifth option.
Yeah.
Like that's stunting that guy's growth.
Yep.
If I'm his agent, I'm pissed because now you've come into your second league year in this league and you're ready to take off. You're an ascending player. You've showed that you're capable. You could be a running mate with Maxi, and now you bring in the guy that just makes it miserable for everyone else. As good as of a basketball distributor he is, it doesn't help VJ whatsoever. It does
Yeah,
not
but it
help.
helps Philly as a team. So, you know what? If VJ leaves this year with the ring, then who cares? Because then LeBron's just going to ride off into the sunset and VJ's back to being the third, fourth option.
They're not gonna win a
We'll see. I mean, they have a roster.
ring.
They
They're better suited to win a ring without LeBron than they are with him.
they have the roster.
They have the roster. Can that roster hold up? That remains to be seen.
We'll see. I
I think
mean,
that's a question mark. I mean, you're
that's
dealing
been
with a
Philly's question mark for years and years and years.
exactly,
The
and I
same
don't
question
see
mark.
why that changes. You know what I mean? Embiid is an all-world beater. Don't get me wrong, but golly, he's like playing on one knee. Um, and whatever he can give you off of one knee is probably better than most can give you off of two knees. But it's like he disappears at the most opportune time that you need him. It's like that's not beneficial to winning a title. And LeBron, if he's going to be asked to carry a little bit of the load, somewhat whenever it needs to be, I don't think that's going to help him in the long run. I think that backfires. I hope it backfires. Just because his bitch ass is a ring chaser. Sorry.
You a salty Heat fan. That's what you sound like.
I'm just a Jordan fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. And I don't like him chasing rings just because so he can say, Kobe got five, I got five. Yeah, come on, dude.
He got him with 4 different teams though. Everybody's gonna know that.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason he went to Philly is he wants to be the first one to get 4 rings with 4 different teams. You know what I mean? Come on, dude. Like, yeah, okay, whatever.
6-0 never went to a game 7, competing against 5 rings, 4 different teams.
Don't get me started with the stats because they don't even compare.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm agreeing with you.
Like he can't even hold Jordan's jock strap as far as comparison for statistics and all like greatest. When they say who is LeBron or Michael, it's not even that. It's LeBron. Is third option. You put MJ at the top shelf and you leave him there. Then you start the conversation below that. And Kobe has something to say on that second shelf in that second position. I don't
Kobe
care
ain't
what
messing with
LeBron does.
Brian. I
Now,
don't
if
even
you
mess
want to
with Brian.
talk about one of the greatest NBA careers, I'll give it to him. No doubt whatsoever. As far as careers go, I give it to him. But as far as the greatest player of all time and having that clutch gene and being an assassin, that's not him.
It's MJ. That's MJ. LeBron does have the greatest career. MJ's the greatest player.
MJ's by far the greatest player. And then number two, my boy Kobe's gonna have something to say about that. Because he's a sniper, straight assassin, will take your throat right from underneath you without you even breathing.
All right. Well, you know who I hope gets to that point? Tyler Shuck. So let's switch
Well, I
it.
mean,
We
Tyler Shutt need him to be a sniper too.
yeah.
Need him to be
An
any
assassin.
any resemblance of number 9.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Drew Brees. You don't have to be him, but any
Just
resemblance
give
of
us yeah.
will be
So
all right.
camp
You
kicked
know,
off today. Just ended. Um, what'd you see? What'd you read? Um,
man, a lot of guys go down. Like I mean, we noticed last week Nick Scroton, linebacker for the Panthers, went down. Today I read Chris Brazzell. He tweaked his knee. He's out. Ricky Pearsall, he's out.
I got
Shamar,
two
he
things
got
for you. Actually, like just now, just in. One good, one bad. First good is LSU alum Grant Delpit gets an extension with the Browns. Um, the bad is Brian Bresee suffered a knee injury at camp and will be undergoing further evaluate. Brian Bresee.
golly.
So as you're talking about injuries, the Saints get one of their own. Um, hopefully that's not serious. It is a knee injury, but we'll
Well,
see.
unlike years past, you know, I think we're pretty deep there. I
I
think we're.
disagree. I think D tackle is our weakest position.
Oh no, no,
Yes.
oh no, no. They're pretty stout there. Especially if Vernon Brockton
If
comes
he's
back.
healthy, if Broughton's healthy,
You got some guys that can fill the gap. Nate Shepard's back. You got Gotchaw's back. You got mean, they got some horses down there. That's not really. Hopefully, it's not as serious, and he's able to bounce back and be ready for week one because he really doesn't have to prove anything in camp. You can kind of hold him out and just kind of get him ready for week one. Hopefully, it's not that serious. It's not season ending.
I
But
really hope so because Rasheed is someone I feel like I just don't think uh the top end talent at our D tackle position compares to really anywhere else on the roster. So I think he's a guy that has to be healthy, has to be out there playing. Um,
was counted on to take a big leap this year too.
yes,
So yeah, it'd be a big loss, but hopefully it's nothing major. Just
true. Olave held out of team drills and team activities today for a contract extension, but did participate in individual drills. So not a full complete holdout from him. Um, we got
I think he it's just it's mutual understanding that we don't want to put you in harm's way until the contract gets done, and he's like, I don't want to be jeopardizing my money while I'm in negotiations. So smart move. I mean, he's gonna get paid. I think it's just a matter of trying to figure out the numbers. With probably a lot of incentives in there, considering he's had some injuries, back injuries, concussion issues, and stuff like that. I don't think the team, I think the team wants to give him a contract, but I think they kind of want to protect themselves as well. They want to say, what, if we happen to run into those issues, we want to kind of have some sort of a out or just not take the blunt of, the full contract without any escapes. And I think he understands that. Chris is a smart guy.
yep,
But the market keeps going up, so it's not like they can wait on it. I think they need to get it done, and they need to get it done ASAP. So
I agree. Um, all right, I got a game for you.
what's that?
I'm gonna give you the Saints prominent guys and their totals for their stats from Vegas. You got to tell me
Mm.
over, under, and your projection. I'll play as well. So Tyler Shuck, his passing yard projection is 3,600.
If he stays healthy, he has all the necessary weapons around him to go over.
Over? What do you think he ends at?
I right around 4,000. I mean, maybe 100 or two over, maybe 100 under. But if I had to say, you know, Chris Olave, 1,000 yard receiver, Jordan Tyson, potentially 1,000 yard receiver. Dewan Johnson, maybe six, seven, 800. You got Delp and Fent. You can kind of split 500 between them. And you can probably give each back. You can give AK 600 receiving yards. And you can probably give A Chain 600 receiving yards. That puts you right at 4,000 without any other distributions going on. So I mean, I'd say around 4,000, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a Pro Bowl season.
Yep, I'd agree. I'd say over, and I'd say about 3,800 is what I'm expecting from Shuck. As for touchdowns, touchdown number at 19 and a half.
Over.
Over. I think kind of easily. Like I'm expecting like 26 to 28.
Yeah, 26 to 30 is my projections.
Yeah,
I would give him that. Like that's a pretty good mark to hit.
100% agree. Let's go to. Give me a second.
And those are all passing touchdowns, right?
Yeah, just passing touchdowns.
Yeah, those are good projections for him to hit.
Travis Etienne Jr. 900 rushing yards.
Over.
Over 900.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Uh,
he's gonna get the bulk of the carries on first and second down. Okay, you can count on that. Um, with a retooled, rebuilt offensive line, I think there's a lot of explosives built in there, and I think it's for him to kind of take the mantle and go with it as RB1. Um, you'll sprinkle in, AK every now and then, to come in on first and second down to give him a breather. But I think majority of the totes are going to come with Travis.
Well, 100%. A lot of these books too have his line at like 825 or even 800. So that I think is definitely an over.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think people are underestimating how explosive this offense is gonna be.
I agree.
I think people are not understanding Kellen Moore, his scheming and play calling. That's gonna open up so much for everyone on this offense that it's gonna be one of these offenses that's gonna be talked about. You know, this year as far as revamped. We talked about how we went from every position being a weakness to being a strength. You
Yep.
know, as long as Tyler stays healthy, I think there's going to be some explosive plays, and I think there's going to be some games where they just look like they're unstoppable. You know, I mean, are they going to have to work through some of that to get that chemistry? Maybe, but I think once they catch their groove, I think it's going to be one of those offenses that people are going to be sleeping on. They're going to go, "Damn, we didn't know New Orleans was doing it like that." So
I think we're
I
going
think
to come out the gate
there
firing. We're going to walk in Detroit and light them up. That's what I think.
that would send a message. I mean, look, we sent the message when we walked into Dallas last year or the year whenever
To
that
you,
broke.
2024.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like explosive after explosive after explosive. So and this is a better equipped offense, with the weapons we have now. So hey, I'm not um I'm not underestimating him one bit,
At all.
with Chuck and Kellen. I'm looking forward to seeing what he has. So
I
yeah, it does.
agree. Chris Olave, 1,000 yards.
Yes, I think that's the
Yeah,
easiest one.
I, that's gonna happen.
He had 1,000 yards as being the number one target, and everybody knowing the ball's going to him. Now if Jordan Tyson takes some of that off, Chris is going to have a field day. He's going to see coverages he's never seen before. You know,
Well, they're saying Brissett tore his ACL.
well, there goes one setback.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
good.
look, it's early. I think Mickey's, he's scouring the league, and we have some very, very stacked positions that he can kind of swing a deal and get somebody in
I
there
think,
that
yeah, I think a trade will be made, honestly, after that. So that's not good at all.
no, it sucks for him, man, because I think he's had two previous ACLs that he's
Yeah.
bounced back from college, and he was spoken of as being one of these guys that needs to take the next step. For look, he wasn't a world beater like talking about it. I mean, he showed glimpses of it, then he would just disappear in some games.
Yeah.
The
But he was
reality of
getting better. He got better.
it get better, but that's the reality of what his resume is. His resume, like, you're not coming into the game going, "Oh, Brian Brzee is going to disrupt the game plan," like he was supposed to.
Yeah.
He was drafted to do that. So it's not like it's a major loss continuity wise. It is, but I don't think it's a major loss that's going to disrupt.
No,
The.
it's
I
not
think
like you lost Chase Young or
right,
like,
right. That's a
like yeah,
whole
that would just collapse the
dynamic.
defense.
Yeah, that's a different dynamic there. So sucks for him, sucks for the team. He was I mean spoken of as like being this year that he's coming out, and unfortunately that's not gonna happen. So that sucks for him.
Sucks. Olave, 5.5 touchdowns.
Maybe in the first game.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's gonna have 5.5 touchdowns in the first 6 weeks.
That's a that's 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 a high bar.
I mean, look, if we're going against Detroit, if we're going against Detroit, and Detroit is any resemblance of the previous offense they had, chances are we're playing catch up. Okay, so you're gonna have to throw the ball,
Yep.
and so let's say Chris gets a touchdown in week one, he gets a touchdown in week two. Let's say he doesn't get one in week two. Let's say he gets two in week three against the Raiders. You know, gets one against Minnesota. So you're up to four right there after 4 weeks.
The fourth week is Atlanta, not Minnesota. But
Well, Atlanta in Minnesota.
um,
Might get three against Atlanta.
hopefully, I hope
So
so. His receptions line is
that
82 and a half.
that's an easy bet over 5.5 touchdowns.
Would you go over 6.5?
Probably, yeah. Probably. Like I said, I keep going back to people underestimating this offense. So even Vegas is like they're not understanding how explosive it can be. You know, yeah, I think 6.5 is an easy bet too. So what's Jordan Tyson's?
I have to tell you, but Olave going over 82 and a half catches.
That's a tricky one.
That is a tricky one.
That's a tricky one because the ball's gonna be distributed all over. So um that one is probably I think he's gonna have a lot more explosives than he will catches.
I
So
could see him getting like in the 70s.
yeah, I can see him getting right there at 80,
Yeah,
82.
80, 82. I know. It's a
I
good line.
at that number. Like, 82, 83, 84, 85. I can see him landing right in there, right? That's a very good number that they put out. So
Also, side note, Brissy is playing on the fifth year option. So that might just be about all we see of him in a Saints jersey, sadly. But who knows?
yeah, that sucks.
Jordan Tyson, 800 yards. That's right about where I think he's going to be, is 800, somewhere around there. But if he plays all 17 games, he's going over.
Yes,
100%.
yes. I was just getting ready to say the only thing that's gonna stop him is probably an injury. Like if he misses 2, 3 games, one in the first, one in the middle, one toward. If he misses 2 or 3 games, he doesn't hit that mark.
I think after we get back from the bye week, it's full go on Jordan Tyson. Like, once that bye week comes and he's settled in, that's when we see him really start to show why he was a top 10 pick.
I hope he shows it week one.
I think he will, but I'm saying like it's gonna be two wide receiver ones.
We're gonna
His
see.
touchdown number is 4.5.
I like the over.
I like the over.
Not just that. I mean, he's big body red zone
Yeah.
more than so. Give me that over.
Receptions at 58.5.
I like the over too if he stays healthy.
I could see him hitting around like 63.
Yeah,
So
more than
I like that too.
him getting 70 balls, 67, 68, 70 balls. I can see him getting that. That's
Was
uh,
Jawan Johnson 600
under,
under.
under. I think it's too many options, too many mouths to feed. You got Noah Fant that's going to take some of his plays. You got Oscar Delp that's going to take some of his plays. I hope it's over, but I think it's going to be under. I think they're going to distribute it enough to where, they're not going to make one guy the exclusive ball catcher because they all can catch the ball. You
I
know,
think it's going to be just over. I think it'll be like 650, 630, somewhere around there.
it's going to be tough, man. If one guy is getting 800 and the other guy's getting 1,000, you're going to have to distribute this ball. You know, it's like, what did he have last year? 800?
Yeah.
Okay. He had 800 last year when he was the primary sometimes.
Yeah.
So and I don't see him. I don't see him hitting that mark.
His catch line is 50 and a
That's
half.
a under. That's an under number.
That I agree. That's an under.
For the same reason. I think it's just too many balls to go around for too many capable guys. I mean, Noah Fant is a starting tight end in this league. Oscar Delp is an unknown, but I think he didn't catch a lot of balls at Georgia, but I don't think they asked him to catch a lot of
Yeah,
balls
they
at.
didn't.
But I think he's one of those guys that can catch and he could run. So yeah, it's I mean, we haven't even talked about like you know Lance and Barian Brown and Jalen Polk and you know these are the guys that are ultimately probably going to make the roster.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll go through like depth chart and see what we think who's going to be starting and who's going to be on the chopping block.
Maybe we'll do that in future weeks. Is there any other guys just league wide that you want another line what their projections are
Lamar,
for passing yard or just all of them? Yeah,
because I
I'll do
think
it.
offense, this new guy they got, Declan Doyle, I think he's going to thrive in this guy's offense.
Lamar passing yards 3,250.
Mm. And rushing,
Rushing 600.
oh yeah, he goes over that.
Over 600?
Yeah, easy.
What about passing yards?
I think no, the passing yards. I don't think. I think the rushing yards he's going to hit. Just because I think they want to go back to old Lamar. You know what? Just let's go ahead and open up the defense as quick as we possibly can. And, once they start to squeeze in for the fear of Lamar running, since he's gashed you a couple of times with 20-yard plays, then he'll start hitting, his tight ends and his receivers. Um, so
His passing touchdowns number is 23 and a half. Rushing touchdown number is 3.5.
that's easy. He can have that in one game.
He really could. That's kind of crazy.
Are you serious? Three?
3.5.
That doesn't make sense at all. They're just telling you that anywhere around the goal line, Lamar's not going to run it. He's going to give it to Derrick
Derrick
Henry.
Henry. Yeah.
Still, 20 yards out, Lamar could run it in two times in one game, you know?
Yep.
And that's what they've talked about having him do. Like, you know what? Go back to what Lamar does best. Pocket breaks down. Use your legs to do what you do best.
How about this difference? Lamar's rushing touchdown number was 3.5. Josh Allen's is 10.5.
It's the Josh Allen push.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen two times
Josh
a week.
Allen's passing touchdown number is 24.5. I feel like that's an over.
Yeah.
His rushing yards is 525, and his passing yards is 3,500.
God, I'm glad he's my fantasy quarterback. Those
True that.
project, yeah, those projections are like crazy. Like, give me 10 rushing touchdowns and 25 passing touchdowns. God,
Man, I'm bummed out about Brissy.
yeah,
It's gonna suck. That means the rookie Christian Miller is gonna have to step up right away. The third
yeah.
round pick from last year, Vernon Broughton, is gonna have to show he was worth it, and the guys around them are.
I think Christian Miller is a sleeper.
I agree.
He's a sleeper.
I've been high on him.
Too that he showed up at Rouse's
I
and
saw that and paid for the groceries.
like, oh, you only have one item. You can go in front of me. And he jumped in front of her and he said, I'll pay for her groceries.
Yeah, I saw
God,
that. Good dude.
he's in Nola. So And she wrote a long post about it
Yep.
and with him, and he's a big teddy bear. He was like that when he got drafted. He was just happy to get drafted and to go to a team that really wanted him. So I think he's gonna be good. And hey, it goes from okay, we're gonna rely on you a little bit to now we're gonna depend
To
on you.
now, like, you got to be the guy.
Like, yeah, we're gonna,
You are now.
you know, Vernon, Christian, time to step up. That's the reason you got drafted. So now it's time to show up.
Yep.
And I don't think it's the end of the road for Brizzy. I think you know, he got unfortunately on the first day of camp. So you gotta you
Such a
gotta
bummer.
rehab all year. So I think it's better suited for him to get hurt now than to get hurt like week 9 or 10, where the year's gone and potentially you're spending another year rehabbing. At least this year you can fully rehab, and come back next year ready to go. And you know, look, I think the Saints value one thing that a lot of organizations don't. I think they value character and the makeup of a player, and they really, really like him. They really
Yeah.
like his up. They like his work ethic. So I don't think it's the end of the road for him. I mean, he's not going to get paid, unfortunately. Being that it's a fifth year. But they'll give him a player friendly, team friendly type deal to prove his worth. And if it turns out he could set himself up for a good payday, if he comes out and balls out, and I hope that's the case for him.
Yep. I agree.
Sucks happened on the first day of camp.
Absolutely terrible. Devastating. But
That's that's ascending, looking to come back and bounce back, and that's always like your fear whenever you come into camp. They haven't even put the pads on. That's the scary
the
part.
first day.
Like that sucks.
Oh well, prayers out for Brian C. That'll do it for us today. We'll be back next week with a weekly camp roundup, going over everything we learned, everything we've seen, and
Battles, camp battles, who's coming up, who's going down, who's making a move, who's shining. Let you know all that.
we'll let you know, and we'll be here with it. Until then, thank you for watching.
Peace.